We figure out life from this point.
Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
What is good,
Job's not finished.
everybody?
I don't think so.
Yep.
Never say never,
Time for that cardio.
because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Time for
what
that
was
cardio.
really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
It's been
Well,
4 out of 4.
I mean, every day
So far.
since 20 years. It's an everyday
Very
process
challenging.
and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses.
And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better.
Nobody cares.
So if you want to change the world, start off by making
Nobody
your bed.
cares.
isn't fair.
So
You have to
today it's a
understand
bit
that.
chilly.
It
So I got slightly more clothes. But I'm sure as
It's supposed to make us as strong as we
the
can, to test us, to
session
drive us.
proceeds,
So,
I'll take
mentality is the
them
only
off
thing that gets
as
us
I'll
through
be
life. I was
getting
an
warmer.
underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality is no matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from. When I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me.
All your excuses are lies. They are lies, all. Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. Taking the easy road and leaving discipline behind. Think about them. You don't have time. That's a lie. And there's, you're too busy. Sure you are. That's a lie.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
I wasn't invited to parties or family gatherings on the weekends. So on Fridays and Saturdays, I would go in my bedroom with my basketball and basically dribble myself to sleep. And I think that was the best thing that could ever happen to me. Because during those lonely hours in the restroom, I discovered the hunger,
gotta put in the work.
motivation, and
Control what you
desire.
can
I was the
control.
basketball player that I could be.
You can
So
definitely
it's a
control
process. It's
how much
process.
work
It's a real process.
you put
that
in.
you can actually, in the 3-month time, you have absorbed the self-discipline. That's why I always tell people, it's not a one-night event. You get vitamin and learning to say no in everything is not easy. Setting your priorities right is not easy. Avoid complaining in anything is not easy. But if you combine the 3 things, you can hand self-discipline.
Be a dangerous man. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. All right. And it's not about going out and lifting weights and getting a bunch of tattoos and wearing leather jackets and walking around with your chest and shoulders up, hulking around saying, I'm dangerous. That's very rarely is that a dangerous man. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the room.
You will never be on my level. Period. Simple and plain. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind you. It's okay.
If at the end of your life someone said, how was your life? And you said, it was good, I'll be really sad. Fight for excellence. Fight for amazing. Fight for a feeling of abundance that you fill your soul, you tap into your full potential. And guess what? If you go for that kind of life, you're going to have some tough spots. And this video is simply to tell you, it won't last.
You honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are. Real men ain't doing it. Real men don't care about that gossipy bullshit. Get to work, man. That's it. Developing your mental fortitude and your mental discipline is a big part of being able to handle stress. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're stressed. It doesn't matter if you're hurt. It doesn't matter if you're upset. It doesn't matter if you're frustrated. If your discipline is on point, your mental toughness on point, you're going to be able to execute in spite of the situation being that way. And you're going to move forward whether you feel good or not. And once you can move forward whether you feel good or not, nobody can, okay? Because everybody else quits when things get hard. Everybody else quits when they get sick or they have an excuse or they get in a funk or they get, whatever.
If you're able
Zero
to operate even when things
excuses.
are hard, you can't be.
I now see anything is possible and that you could train for anything.
Zero
There's nothing you
excuses.
can't do. You can't be the best in the world at something, but you can be a lot better than you are at anything you want to put the time into learning, whatever it is. You could do anything.
Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted
I read somewhere that
if you let them.
1 hour a
We're all
day
writing a book.
towards a skill or
What's your
something
book
new,
look like?
that's the minimum.
What does your book look like? Like
For
your
you to
life is a book.
be okay.
You got a bunch of chapters
in
in your book,
something.
but when they close that book,
So if you can do 2 hours a
how
day,
good was the book?
it's even
The
better.
humbling reality
But the
that I'm
ultimate
not special. And if
for
you
you
want
to
be
be
good at
sort of
anything, you have to work really hard.
amazing at something,
And if you want to be
about
the
4
best in the
hours a
world at
day,
something like I do,
then
I
it'll
want to
take
be
you
a
about
robot than
less
anybody
than a
else
year
will.
to
Or
master
whether
almost
that's
anything.
knitting or yodeling, anything. You have to work, but you have to work
So
harder
at
than
least
anyone
minimum
else
2
in the
hours
world.
a day.
Stay home, man. Stay home and do your thing. Good luck to you. I wish you all the luck in the world. There's going to be a small group of hungry savages out there that are going to run every one of you over. And you can sit home and you can cry and complain about how you didn't get yours. And it's because this person had this opportunity that you didn't have. It's all bull crybaby. What's the least amount of sleeve you played a game on?
No
Is
sleep.
there a story where it's like, you know, no one knows about, where you went and played a game and it was so insane for whatever reasons?
No sleep.
You played a game,
Zero
no
sleep. Zero sleep. Zero sleep. It's like, you know, kids, Natalia had a certain, health situation, what have you, and you're staying up all night, and then you got to go out and perform because fans don't know, teammates don't know, nor do they care, nor should they, that you've been up all night. You got to perform.
Set up a schedule and just do work. You wake up one day, you feel this way. You wake up the next day, you feel another way. And it's
Schedule
just not
everything.
helpful to base
Every
your
hour.
structure or your goal on how you feel.
Every hour.
You stick to what you put there on paper. You take your
Schedule
time,
every
you make
hour.
the plan, and unless you really are sick, you just do what you have
Really been
Fight for it.
working
Go the
hard
hard route.
in
If there's an easy path and an
scheduling
easy
each
button,
hour of the day,
always, in most cases, it's
And
wrapped with something else. It's wrapped with an
meditating
agenda.
every day.
It's wrapped with circumstances. It's wrapped
I'm
with failure
not there yet,
because you're looking for the easy way.
but there's some progress
With who you are.
when
I
it
always
comes
tell our
to
players, Who
scheduling
you are is more important than
every
what you do. How high you
hour
jump,
of
how
every
fast
day
you run, because who you
to
are
avoid
is your
gaps where
character. And your character is an accumulation
Yes.
of your thoughts, your
Can
habits, and your
creep
priorities on a day-to-day basis.
even time with
Because
family.
those three
It's good
things
for that.
determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy,
Schedule everything.
responsible, irresponsible. And it takes
That's
a
the
certain
goal.
amount of discipline to do
Meditate
what you're supposed to do,
every day
when you're supposed to do it.
to
We
control
are
the
overcoming the
dopamine
suffering.
levels.
We are
To
not
stay on a
running
nice
away from the suffering.
baseline.
You are overcoming
Don't
it.
get too excited.
You go
Don't let
through
anything
it
get you too
until
down. Just
you
keep
have
it
become
slowed.
so strong.
that is the
Body
goal.
becomes so strong. Your
Keep it
mind has
slowed.
become so strong that it doesn't matter afterwards anymore.
The mind.
You feel it, but it's not the same like you felt before. So therefore, how to translate this into our nowadays lifetime? Maybe it means we need to make us stronger again. Very simply said, this society is too weak.
The thing about pain is, like, you feel it right now, it's temporary, man. But later in life, you don't remember the pain. You just remember, like, the glory and the good times. I was talking to West Point. That's why they say pain is temporary, pride's forever. That's what they're talking about. Because if you push through the pain to achieve the pride, you forget about the pain was ever even there. But if you can't push through the pain and the pain stops you, it breaks you down, but then that pain is forever. Because you never got pride to outbalance it. I became obsessed. With being the baddest mother that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it.
And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off.
People need to suffer. It is an actual requirement of life. And this is the fiber, the DNA of love. Real love and true love and perpetuity can't exist without suffering. It's impossible.
How badly do you want what you want? How badly do you want it? Or do you want it at all? You see, there's an awful lot of people who want an awful lot of things. But how badly do they want it? If you want it so badly, if you want it with tremendous intensity of desire, there's really nothing in the world that can stop you from getting it. There's an interesting story was told about Socrates, and Socrates was talking to one of his students, and the student said, I am hungry for knowledge. What can I do to increase my knowledge? And Socrates said, knowledge is something that is readily available and easy to get if you want it bad enough. He said, I'm sure I want it badly enough. And Socrates said, come with me. And he walked him offshore into the ocean and walked him offshore to the Aegean Sea. And I got about 3 or 4 feet, and Socrates, a very, very strong man, grabbed the young man and put his head under the water. And the young man began to struggle, and finally became incredibly frantic, and finally brought him up. And he said, now, what did you want while you were under the water? And he said, all I wanted was air. He said, all I could think of in the whole world was air. He said, when you want knowledge with the same intensity that you wanted that oxygen, you will get all the knowledge that you could desire.
It's 1 year from today. And instead of us looking through the dust cloud, let's pretend it's a year from now and we're looking backwards. And let's pretend it was the best year of your life. What would have to happen in your life for it to be the best year of your life in your career or your income or your business or your relationships or love or health or joy? And I don't want you, your brain's going to go, oh, I would love for this to happen. No, no, no. I want you to trick your brain. I want you to focus it and live it, positive focus, as if it already happened.
How you gain mental toughness, how you become the person you want to be, is constantly facing the things that you don't want to face. If you constantly run away from things that you don't want to face, how is there growth? How is there mental toughness?
Some days you're not going to sleep well. Some days you're going to wake up and you've got your schedule and everything's planned out and the poop hits the fan. You got to eat those shit sandwiches, right? And whether things go well or not that day, the emotionally mature man will still do what he has to do to stack his wins, to focus on his purpose. Whereas the emotionally immature man will say, well, I didn't sleep well, I had nightmares, so I'll stay in bed. I didn't sleep well, or it's raining outside, it's cold outside, I don't feel good. I just woke up and the airplanes hit the World Trade Center, so I guess I have to change my pattern of life. You have to stay the course no matter what. And it takes a high level of emotional maturity because your emotions dictate your motion. You're one decision away from changing. Literally, you are one decision away from changing. It's a decision away. You're one decision away from changing your life. I hope you make that decision tonight. And I hope you make that decision with what you do tonight.
Grab your hook nuts for once in your life. Have some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you said. You will feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible.
Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this ocean that you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it's not that deep at all, and you can keep walking through it. And I just love that visual because a lot of times when it's like we have this anxiety around this big decision we have to make, if you actually take the step and realize that it's not death, you're not going to drown immediately. There's plenty of other steps you can take from there, even if you get a little wet.
I get an email the other day. This young man wants to be a ranger. He's
Captain,
afraid to go to ranger school.
doing very well.
Not because how hard the training is,
Just
but because he's afraid to be
doing
failed.
some cardio.
What people are going to say.
I
My
have
judgment.
set a
One thing in
goal
life, this applies to
to
everything in
do
life.
60
Anytime you move
minutes
from being
of
normal
cardio
to trying to be
for the
exceptional,
next 18 days.
People aren't gonna like that shit. Those normal people,
So
it makes them feel like shit. So
check me out again tomorrow.
nowadays, it's very easy to be a
I'm already making a
Those who have
commitment
swords and know how to
that
use
I'm gonna
them,
be again
but keep
tomorrow.
them sheathed, will inherit the world. One of
Appreciate
the
you
things I tell young men, well,
popping
young
in.
women as well, but the
If
young
you're
men
not
really need to
subscribed,
hear this more, I think, is
kindly
that
subscribe
you should be a monster.
if you can.
You know, because everyone says, well,
The
you should
support
be
will be
harmless,
truly appreciated.
virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your
And now it's
competitive
definitely
instinct.
getting
You shouldn't
warmer.
try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no.
Today, I'm no longer be a loser. Today, I'm going to change my path. I'm going to have success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm going to see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this shithole. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not happy with this. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circle of motion of shit.
whether you like it or not. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, you have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war
Appreciate those kind
that's
words,
in your
Captain.
brain. That war
Appreciate those
exists
kind words.
because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions.
Already
You know what? Yeah.
almost
When the alarm goes off in the morning,
just over 15 minutes.
Look,
So
wake up.
45
when you fail,
more.
don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad. One person you have to blame is yourself.
And I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it is so easy to beat people today. They're so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're kind of notifications because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no. Everybody, when I was sleeping on the gym floor, right? Like, you know, I was the underdog, and everyone, you know, my clients were all like, "Oh, good for you. You know, you're going after your dream." They'd see my blanket and my pillow in the corner of the gym. They knew I was sleeping there. Everybody was like pro me, and the people would come in, they sign up like, I'm gonna support you, right? And then within 9 months, I had hired people and I had a manager, and I pulled up, and I remember I walked in the lobby, and the same people were like, boss man's here. Oh, you're not too good for us now, right? You guys rooted for me. And now I did what you said you were rooting for me to do. And that was when I realized that people want you to do well, but not better than them.
The one mentality that you must have in life is that regardless of what's in front of you, you still must grind. I'll never be in the Olympics. I'll never be a professional athlete,
Without
but still I grind.
motivation.
I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do that,
Captain asked,
but
what do
still I grind.
you
And
think
that
of
one day, you see me on a dark alley,
ball
when
flex?
at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing.
Home gym.
I was grinding.
Hey man, look, this is what you gotta do, bro. Wake up and grind.
Flex.
Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method. I mean, it's not hard. If you get up every single day and put your mind to something, how could you really believe that you won't win? It's not possible. I mean, 99% of people always don't want to grind. So you just start, you become the 1%. It's not just really simple, but you're making it hard. When all you have to do is wake up and grind.
Probably something that I'm
Every
aware of.
day.
One thing that I've discovered is the
but I
black
never
sheep
really
of the
looked
family
into it.
always, if they keep getting back up again,
Ball
turns out to
flex.
be the goat.
SCE.
Stop taking constructive criticism from people
let's
that have
do
never
this.
constructed
Give me a
anything
quick
that
description.
you walk through.
There's no excuse.
So I
You
can
have to be the
definitely
hardest
try
motherfucking
to keep my
worker in the room. And all you did was schoolwork,
I'm using
the
both of my
gym, your
phones.
career, your relationship,
Um,
your needs attached to it.
stream,
It's gotta mean more
one
than
TikTok,
anything.
the other one
Lock in,
YouTube,
believe in what you believe in.
and then finally
Nobody else
I'm
matters.
using the third one.
You have to hold yourself
That's
accountable.
right.
You have to hold yourself to your truth. You have to hold yourself to your beliefs. And always believe in the power of the man above. Because nobody in the history of life been able to do it by
I have a
themselves.
laptop here. Just
Nobody.
close by.
Hustle,
I'm gonna
hustle,
quickly just
hustle.
look.
Sleep
And
was
then
sin in my house.
ball flex
It
and
was
see
daylight. You couldn't be inside. Mom would always say, why are you going to watch someone doing something when you can go out in the world and do it yourself? Turn that damn thing off. Get outside. Had to be outside. Get out. Go hustle. Figure it out. Be on the dark.
There's only one person in this world that wants it more than me today,
laptop on the side.
and that's me tomorrow.
But plenty of people are depending on you, bro, and you're folding.
I can.
The weight is on your shoulders, bro. You have a task at hand every day that you're not getting done. People need you, dog. If you to sit here and be piss poor every day, knowing that you're the only person who can make this right,
But you're also the only person who can piss up. It's all on you.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor.
We are poor, but we're happy.
Come see, come stop. Anyway, the views are better above ground. Honey, I'm 7 non-Fox years old now. My father died at 7 and a half. I don't want to live in a hole anymore. And I'm going to do something about it.
What the hell are you even doing here, bro? You understand you got this opportunity one time, right? And this is how you're spending it?
Oh,
You think it's all just a joke right now
okay.
because you're young,
I do see now.
You think you got all the time in the world
It's-
because you're like
that
that in your
is
head.
machine
Well, let me tell you, you're going to think
that
that way every
has
single day.
a lot of
One day you're going to
attachments.
Stop questioning your purpose. Just know that whatever journey you're
There's
on,
also
you can't be
an
envious of
attachment.
somebody else. You can't look over and
Put
go,
up
why ain't I
followers.
rocking like that person? It's not your time. God don't want that to
Definitely.
happen for you like that. You just keep
Definitely
doing
looks like
what
a
you
good
doing. There's
machine.
no bad in your life.
But the only
It's
thing
all
is, I'll
good.
just
be grateful.
give you a
along
heads
the
up
way
on
that
something that you can
trust
just
God in this journey.
pay attention
The
to.
one to the
That
truth
is
is relative to the five.
good quality.
It shouldn't be.
That's the
easy.
main thing I would say.
It should be hard.
Because
It should be the
with
hardest.
that, you can
thing you've ever
definitely do
It should be cardio after workout. It should be meal prepping while vacation.
every
It should be the
body
shit
part.
that you don't want to do. The shit
Just
that
make sure
you
that
want.
it's good quality.
If you want to be great,
I think
there's
that
a
would be the main
commitment
thing
to
that I would
sacrifice
just
you must make. A commitment not many people do,
emphasize.
but a commitment that separates good from great.
It's 44
Yeah,
degrees.
so-
It's nice and rainy outside.
Yeah, Kev,
But no
I've
one
seen
cares
the
about
machine.
that. It's not about the rain. It's what the
It's
rain
definitely a good
represents.
machine,
Life is
but
always giving you a
just make
test,
sure that it's good
trying to
quality.
give you a way out,
It's not
trying to give you an
flimsy
excuse
and
not
then
to show up. This is
be
my
able to
excuse
just
today.
maybe-
But guess what?
hopefully you can
You gotta have the
you can be
mentality to
able
show up every day of your
screw
life.
it or
No matter
just
what
attach
life
it to the
throws at
ground.
you.
So it
It's
doesn't
our
move when you-
responsibility
especially when you do the
to
pull-ups.
show up to the
It
Coliseum of
doesn't,
life.
move the whole
Prepare for battle.
So that would be
What's
my
the point
take
if
on
every
it.
day
Just
you don't
make
get
sure
1%
it's
better?
quality
I don't
and
care
put a
what I
nice
did today.
space
Today's
where you
over,
can
right?
sort of
When I wake up, it's a new
morph
day.
it into the
I'm
ground.
competing with myself. I'm trying to beat myself from whatever I did yesterday. I'm going to do a little bit better. I'm going to go a little bit harder. Mediocrity feels so fucking good. So we love to surround ourselves with mediocre people that give us the get out of jail free card. Whenever life gets hard for us, they tell us it's all okay. We don't want to surround ourselves with those people out there who are getting the f after it every day, holding us accountable, making us feel uncomfortable. People who are challenging us at every turn of life. Those people scare us. That's exactly where you need to be in your life, with those people who put you in a world of questioning who you are. That's exactly where you want to go. That's exactly where you grow.
There is a period in everybody's journey where they are so different because they've started to do new things that they no longer fit in with their old set of friends, but they're not sufficiently developed that they've gained their new set of friends, and they're unsure. Should I go back? Should I lean back into getting a bag in with the boys on a weekend? Is that the highest, way that I can live my life passion forward? Because that's what everybody else does. And that lonely chapter that's in the middle is something that I would say almost nobody that I've ever met who has gone from a place where they are to a place where they want to be hasn't gone through.
Don't rely on social media. Put it down, turn it off, shut up, be quiet, learn, read, relax, get better. First part of your life, you learn. Second part of your life, you earn. Third part of your life, you return.
Today, I'm no longer be a loser. Today, I'm going to change my path. I'm going to be able to have success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm going to see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this hole. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not happy with this. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of shit.
Set up a schedule and just do the work. You wake up one day, you feel this way. You wake up the next day, you feel another way. And it's just not helpful to base your structure or your goal on how you feel. You stick to what you put there on paper.
Every morning, every day,
or
we have
things
choices
that
to
would
make. We have the
waste your
choice
time.
to stay in bed,
So
to say, forget it, I'm not going to work out today, or forget it, I'm not going to
scheduling
work hard today. You always have a choice every single day of your life. So
every hour.
it's a very different video because yesterday
Scheduled.
I made the choice to get up early and run.
But today
It's
is
not
another day.
perfect yet,
Today's another day that I'm
but
faced
it's definitely some
with
improvement.
another choice to make.
Definitely some
So
improvement.
I'm making the choice again to put my shoes on early in the morning and get after it again. So make the right decision. And I realized, man, I'm fixing stuff on a surface level. I'm all surface, man. I'm not going deep into the cellar of my mind and fixing the foundation of my soul. My soul is broken. I knew I could fix it, but I was afraid to go back. I was afraid to face the demons of my life. I'm always live on a surface level until I go deep, deep into the sewer of my mind to figure out and face all of these different demons.
You're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing.
You have to take a path that's dangerous. And most people want to take the safe path. The safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation. Almost every time, it's hell. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it. Whatever time that you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. You got to get after it. And you got to have discipline.
To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it.
This is the quote that I've lived my whole life on. It's in my house. Exactly. It's here. It's in my house. I have this thing everywhere because you might as well be dead. Seriously. If you always put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus. A man must constantly exceed his level.
Fear. Fear keeps a lot of them from being successful. It keeps you making excuses for yourself. Fear lives one place and one place only, and that's in your mind. Martin Luther King had a dream. Don't let fear doors up. You're racing against no one but yourself. When you compare yourself to other people, you are losing the race. And like this race is you against you, man. Worry about yourself, worry about what you're doing, and worry about where you're going, and only where you're going to be your best self. Pressure changes everything, pressure. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus, others fold. And you summon your talent at will, and you deliver on a deadline. And you sleep at night.
Confidence and fear both require believing in something that hasn't happened yet. And at a certain point, you have to consider that you're choosing to be afraid.
Believe in yourself. Believe that you're better than everyone else. You know, I mean, when I was always looking at fights or looking at anything, obviously I can do this. I'm as good as that. Be confident and be humble. Train hard. That's it.
Don't ever sell out for the temporary reward of what the opportunity is today. Believe in the bigger picture. Believe that all these things are just moments building the wave for the big moment to come. Always plant the seeds of hard work and integrity and honor today, and then every day you water them and nourish them, believe in them. One day that will sprout a flower of which, when you're dead and gone, people will still remember. Do you want it? There's two options: to continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is given birth, and forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, quit, throw in the towel, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to find that dream again.
Have you ever got to a stage where you're looking at something and saying, nah, that doesn't work. My way is back. That's the wrong way of thinking. You want to learn absolutely everything. You want to absorb everything. You want to be perfect. You know? You're looking for perfection. And looking to be able to move everywhere. That's what I'm looking for anyway, you know?
If your life was a movie and people were watching up to this point, what would the audience be screaming at the screen telling you to do with your life?
Ooh.
What would they be? It's obvious. Leave the job. Leave the get like it's your brother. It's the killer's hiding in the cupboard. Whatever it might be. What would the audience watching the movie of your life be screaming at the screen, telling you to do?
Remember, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you that counts. In the final analysis, your response to the adversity of life is the real measure of who you are and what you're made of.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today.
Yes.
Because you need to have a hierarchy of improvement. You need to be aiming for something. And that means you're going to be lesser than people who've already attained along that dimension.
Yes.
And that can give rise to envy. And so the question is, who should you defeat in the final analysis? And the answer is you should defeat your former self. You should be constantly trying to do that. And you're the right control for yourself too, because you're the one who's had all your advantages and disadvantages. And so if you want to compete fairly with someone, then you should be competing with you.
I promise you guys, success is the loneliest road out there. It's you and your shadow at the end.
It's pushing the water in. There's a jogger, actually. Look at this. Wow. The Florida man right there for you, Blake, jogging in the hurricane.
Hard.
I fought for it because no one gave it to me. Because it was just me alone in the gym, me alone in the mirror, me alone in my head. No one did it for me. I worked for it, and I'm never going to let someone else take that from me.
Superpower of learning to be alone and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's critical, and I do think that these times where you just think about things, just be alone and think about things, are so rare these days. And I think during those rare times is when you really get to understand what you actually believe or don't believe.
When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive. When people are like, what the f is wrong with this guy? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm glad you don't, because I'm in the right spot.
You go higher, you go even more alone. Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher. Because it's becoming more difficult. Along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're gonna walk alone.
This isn't for the masses. This is for those who want to leave no one behind. Those who are in search of a new realm. It's a lonely journey. You're isolated. Those who used to keep pace with you will fall off. They'll see where their world ends and yours begins. Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit with no guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
There's times where you can go without your friends, you can go without going out, you can go without other people around you. You have to separate yourself from the pack. You have to be willing to spend time with yourself. You have to be willing to start cutting things out of your nutrition program. Eat healthy. Get enough rest, get enough sleep. All of these things come into play of finding your purpose. And it's almost sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. Greater the sacrifice, greater the reward. This is so true. And when you do these things, you'll start seeing that, okay, well, I used to do this. And when you go out and you don't do it anymore, it's very, very clear that you've made the right decision, because your friends will still be doing that. And you'll find yourself that you don't fit in with the crowd anymore. You just don't fit in. I got something to do. You'll start getting away from people that are negative. You only want to be around positive. You'll start not wasting your time on things that aren't productive. And you will start taking your time and energy and put it into things that you enjoy doing that are productive for yourself.
You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen.
But if you want some kind of a good outcome, you're going to have to work hard for it. And if you don't work hard for something, you're not going to get an outcome that's really worth much.
There's a payoff for bad eventually. There's a payoff. It can't be bad, but for so long. If you got the strength and the understanding to realize that, it will change.
You need to get on it. You need to be in here every day. You're almost out of time. You're 22. You're late.
Stop being driven by rewards. Stop being driven by outcomes. Stop being driven by, if I get this, I'm going to do this. Just work. And if you don't get what you thought you were going to get, show up and still go to work. Because along the process, what's more important, what you acquire or who you become?
You cannot erase the work ethic part.
There is no getting around. Ain't no elevator to the top. You got to take a stance.
I've had quite a few people on that have that same message, and it resonates with people because we're all trying to improve ourselves. No one's perfect. No, I'm not perfect now. I never will be. You're not, and you never will be, but you're better than you were yesterday, and you're going to be better tomorrow.
You have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever is in front of you.
If you take away suffering and leave discomfort, you realize that the only difference between discomfort and suffering is resistance.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best.
Through discipline, through self-discipline, through repetition, through tons of repetition, the same thing that you don't want to do. That's the key thing. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental, like an armor for your mind.
Imagine that you're in a movie, and imagine the movie begins now, and you're the hero of the movie.
Yeah.
What would that guy do?
You find no answers in the light. None. It's too happy. It's too nice. And we're not even taught how to live in happiness. That just comes naturally to us.
Why not believe in it? What's the other option? There is no other option. Is a life forgotten, man? In the acting world, if I go to the audition, I have a chance of getting the part. If I don't go to the audition, I'm out of the game. I know the outcome. Nothing. Show up. If you get knocked on your ass, show up. At least you have a possibility. You have a chance. You have a voice of doing something with your life.
No matter how big your dreams, you're going to die. Everyone will move on. Do what you want. It sucks to not be liked, but it sucks more to not be yourself.
If you just sacrificed this summer, these next 3 months of your life, bro, you could change the entire trajectory of your entire life. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind.
You see, the underdog story is the realest story there is. Because when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything. You hustle different, you love different, and you lead different.
No matter how bad it is going to be, when there is a challenge, and by a challenge, I mean anything in life, any challenge, anything that you're facing, the only way to overcome the challenges that you face is to start walking. Take that step.
If you aren't naturally tired at night and excited in the morning, then you probably haven't found something meaningful to work on. You are not stressed from doing too much. You're stressed from doing too little of what you care about.
I say be happy with what you got. You'll be happy. Me, I want what's coming to me. Or what's coming to you, Tom. The world,
About 20 more minutes.
and everything in it.
He said, I want what all other men want. He said, I guarantee you, when I line up,
About 20 more minutes.
I want what all other men want. I guarantee you,
20
when you
more
line up in
minutes.
your one-on-one battles, you want what all other men want.
20
the
more
same
minutes.
way you want the victory, they want the victory. I want what all other men want. He said, but when the pressure hits, when the opposition hits, when the challenge hits, when the pain creeps in, when the uncertainty creeps in, when the cuts, when the scars, when the bruises come, I want what all other men want. He said, but when the opposition and adversity shows up, I just wanted a little bit more than they wanted. And so that's how I conquered, and that's how nobody has ever beaten me yet. I just want one thing from you. As great as you are, as skilled as you are, as talented as you are, I just want one thing from you. Never allow life to make you forget why you do what you do. People don't burn out, people don't quit, people don't underachieve, people don't settle because of what they do. People burn out, people quit, people underachieve, and people settle because life makes them forget why they do it. Stay humble. Never forget where you came from.
Stay hungry. Keep that fire in your soul. And stay true. Always be real with yourself and the world. Because the world don't need no more copies. It need originals. And trust me, ain't nobody else that can do what you do like you do.
If he could do it,
This isn't a movie.
he believed in himself. And you can too.
Oh man, you gonna put it on me like that?
You can do anything that you want. You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do.
I firmly believe when you give everything you got to something, right? I'm talking about blood, sweat, and tears, everything you got to something, right? The peace in that is not the result or the reward. The peace is the fact that I gave everything I had to it because this is who I am.
Yeah.
So now, even if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to,
Yeah.
I didn't go to the NFL.
Yeah.
That was a dream I had since I was 7. It didn't happen.
Whatever you do it 100%. When you work, work. When you laugh, laugh. When you eat like it's your last meal.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro. Don't get much simpler than that.
You know what's the number one way you measure somebody that's hungry? Very simple. Their sense of urgency. That's simple. Let me explain to you why. People say, "Wow, you have no idea how hungry I am." Really? Yeah. What you do about it today? Oh, not today, but tomorrow I'm gonna. You ain't hungry, man. You just think you're hungry. You are not hungry.
Never leave the gym knowing I have 5% left. And 5% is magic. It's the magic place where very few people go. You can go there. I'm giving you permission to go there. We have people behind you. If you fall down and drop the weight on the floor, who cares? Who cares? But if you make it, I care. I want that. I want you to fail, and I want you to get up and do it again.
If I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I'd rather lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. But, you know, to be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
The fish just don't jump in the boat. You know, meaning you better go out there and do it yourself. You know, don't wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen. You know, the fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. You know, throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day.
Stop thinking and believing that because you was born in this, that you are this.
You want to live a good life? Yes. I like to drink. I like to eat burger. Okay. You're going to pay the bill in the future. Right? I think the most important is to find the balance. Sometimes one can eat a burger or chips. Well, it doesn't matter. And it's important too. If you have consistency, you're going to be good in the future, or you're going to be better than other ones in the future.
You're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, you know, just say, I'm gonna beat my mind today? Or do you just give in your mind, say, oh, I'm tired today, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, no one else is doing it, it's a weekend, it's too late, these are already off hours, oh, exactly what I want isn't happening right now. Like, okay, great. You know who that's great for? Your competition.
See, your problem is that you keep rushing the process. You ain't trying to be patient. Good things come to those who wait. This ain't a sprint. This is a marathon. And the more you keep worrying about the future, the more you're going to get lost in the present. You got to get up and just put one foot in front of the other, bro. Just have that blind faith. But what I will say is that we don't know what is happening, but we know what's coming. We ain't putting this work in for no reason. So for that, I say keep grinding and I believe in you.
Whatever you do, you got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday. There was rugby. There was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this. Let's engage in this. And I just can't do it. I just don't. People are talking to me, and in my head, I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life. Sequences and numbers. Nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else.
Why be normal when you can be the best? I don't want to be normal. I want to make the difference. So everything I do, I want to make the difference. Because when I make the difference, I'm the best. And that is not arrogance. That is confidence. Obsession is going to be talent every time.
You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there.
We are so worried about what other people think about us. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, what if they think I'm crazy? What if they think I'm over obsessive or competitive? And what if this is like, you're too much? This is just not healthy for you to be thinking this way, right? Yeah. How did you get your mindset into this alter ego to be comfortable being Black Mamba? Like, how did that happen?
It's a good separation for me, you know, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? That was my mental switch. It's like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. Then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't fucking touch me. Don't talk to me.
How bad do you want it? There's two options. To continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is giving birth. And forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, quit, throw in the towel, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to find that dream again. For it is dead. And in its death, it's replaced by regret.
I became obsessed. With being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff you say. You gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off.
If I can just walk one more mile after being in the worst shape of my entire life, this would change everything for me mentally going forward. From this kid who came from dirt, nothing, who couldn't read until he was in a junior high school, and is now here. I walked a mile. I said, maybe I can walk one more mile. Maybe I can walk another mile. At mile 81, my ex-wife looked at me and said, you're not gonna make the time. When your mind knows it's not going to quit, your body will adapt to whatever is in front of it. I ended up running 20 more miles. I did 101 miles in 19 hours and 6 minutes. It was just 19 hours and 6 minutes that forever changed my life, to know that we as human beings are capable of anything. And we don't need any special kind of parents or tools to get there. So I end you with this. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt.
It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, way down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2 days. But understand this, life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity.
There were a lot of days where I did not want to get out of bed. And I guarantee you, if I ask the question here, if everybody is excited to get out of bed every single day, if I saw a hand, I'm going to blatantly call you a liar. Because we all know that is far from the truth. But if you have those little small goals, those little small things that get you excited when you don't want to, it's going to make it even better, even easier at the end when you're getting ready for a presentation, the end of the year, this, that, whatever event you're leading up to. It's going to make it so much easier.
There's a relationship between confidence and competence. So what you're looking to do is try and have what you believe that you can do be ahead of what you can do. Now, you're not looking for it to be delusional. You don't want it to be able to believe that you can do something like fly, right? But you need to have a relationship between the two. What people are asking for is for their confidence to be so far ahead of their competence that, or without having even been competent at anything in the beginning. And that's just delusion. That's fantasy.
Right. Well, I believe that you have to build belief. Belief is like, there's an after school special belief. where the mom says, believe in yourself, and that's all great. But there's also a built belief. And the built belief is one where you are constantly, like for me, I came from a bad place. How I build belief is through the daunting tasks.
You're gonna hate yourself in the morning. Why are you pulling back? No, don't tell me yes. Why? Every time you don't listen. Where are you supposed to be?
Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't?
If you want to be really great at something, you kind of have to be out of your mind, but you also have to have an iron will.
Yeah.
You don't want to work out every day.
Yeah.
There's going to be days you just want to eat cake and sleep.
Yeah.
But if you want to get past the guy who eats cake and sleeps, you don't eat cake and you don't sleep.
Yeah.
It all starts with who you are. You know, I always tell our players, who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are.
When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that are trying to crush your dream. You cannot allow that to happen. That is your biggest challenge. So I challenge you to have your dream, go after it with all you have, and be legendary in your own right.
Set up a schedule and just do the work. You stick to what you put there on paper. You take your time, you make the plan, and unless you really are sick or have some type of higher excuse, you just do what you have committed to.
And how you become a better person, how you gain mental toughness, how you become the person you want to be is constantly facing the things that you don't want to face. If you constantly run away from things that you don't want to face, how is there growth? How is there mental toughness?
The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. And it's natural when you're down to doubt yourself and to feel sorry for yourself. And by the way, your opponents have self-doubt too. Don't ever forget that. But negative energy is wasted energy. You want to become a master at overcoming hard moments. That is, to me, the sign of a champion. The best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned how to deal with it. You accept it, cry it out if you need to, and then force a smile.
If you want to be good, you really don't have a lot of choices because it takes what it takes. You have to do what you have to do to be successful. So you have to make the choices and decisions to have the discipline and the focus to the process of what you need to do to accomplish your goals. And all these guys that think they have a lot of choices.
If you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life.
One of the things that's very important to note about stress is that stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over. And what it means is there's something that is bothering me and I haven't yet taken any action on it. Stress doesn't come from hard work, for example. You know, you can be working incredibly hard and loving it. And likewise, you can be out of work and incredibly stressed. So stress comes from ignoring things that you shouldn't be ignoring.
If you have a regular job, like an office job, you will pretend to be a whole different person for 8 hours a day, every day of your life that you're there.
Yeah.
That is a lot of time bullshitting.
Yeah.
And when you get out of all that bullshitting, there's not much you left. Whatever could have been you never grew because whatever could have been you was stifled by fluorescent lights and a monitor.
Real talk. Some of you mother pissed me the off. So guess what? I disappeared and come back with 200 miles. I'm 199 miles into this race. Guy's knees are bad. See how he runs. Yeah, see how I run 200 miles? I'm about to finish this beat up. Hey, what were you doing for the last 65 hours? I know what I was doing. I was running all up and down the mountains, getting it in, doing what I preach about. You have to go dark. What I mean by that is you have to be quiet in your mind. Get away from people.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
We agreed not to drink. We didn't do drugs. Like, we didn't date. We didn't do anything. We just literally obsessed from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed. That's literally all we did.
Don't half-ass it. Don't half-ass it. I mean, think about it. If you're gonna do something, if you've chosen to do something, whatever it is, easy, hard. If you give it your all, you don't half-ass it. Win, lose, draw, get what you want, don't get what you want. Whatever the outcome is, if you don't half-ass it, at least you're not gonna have to wonder, would the outcome have been different? What if I did give it my all? And boy, wondering that is what keeps us up at night.
You need to love pain. And I know, no pain, no this, whatever, all the, the corrections. Oh my, no, this is real. You need to love
4 more minutes.
pain.
No one's going to save you. No one's going to come out of the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. I'm going to take you from all this.
60 minutes.
So the only person coming to save you is yourself.
I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around and this life and everything I see is not for me. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different. And I'm going to change my life.
What you know is very limited, and what you don't know is limitless. And you have an opportunity every day to surround yourself with people to help you grow.
It hurts. It's heavy, but it builds you up. Every time you wanted to quit, every time life tried to break you, you chose to stand tall. That's what makes you great. Today ain't just about a piece of paper. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the prayers you whispered when nobody was watching. It's all about those moments when you could have folded, but you didn't.
The fact that it is painful is the reason that it's working.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't you stepping out, everybody else that has to try and step out into this new life faces this same thing too. Every single person does. That's why most people don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what hard feels like. And this is why most people don't win. So continuing to push through and almost seeing that level of discomfort as a signal, it's like a way marker that's been planted in the ground. Yes, more this way. Because if it was all just super easy, well, how are you going to get anything different to what everybody else has got if you do the same thing that everybody else does?
Yeah.
And one of the best selectors for people not doing a thing is discomfort. So the route that has a lot of discomfort down it, usually on the other side of that, ends up with something which is valuable.
That pain you feel, that's the pain of success. You must be willing to shoulder that pain to get the success. Success is something that's a very lonely path in this world, because few are willing to make that down payment of pain for that detriment of success, a better life. Very few are. And when you get the success, what comes with that is many. Success is a spotlight shining down on their missed opportunities, where they came up short, where they didn't quite have it inside, and never went back to revisit it, where failure is what stood, instead of improving failure for success. Failure is part of the recipe for success. You fail 1,000 times before you succeed. Every single person has. It's the losers that fail once and quit. Every winner has done failed. The loser and the winner both fail. It's just that the winner gets back up and does it again.
Stay hungry. Keep that fire in your soul. And stay true. Always be real with yourself and the world. Because the world don't need no more copies. It need originals. And trust me, ain't nobody else that can do what you do like you do.
So you never wanted a regular type life? Is that barbecues and ball games?
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. I'm winning anyway. I'm winning. I'm winning any month where I can't lose.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. It's what's destined for you, you're going to get it.
I was running this race. It was a 24-hour race as a relay team. I was with 4 friends. And the format of the race is, you run a mile, I run a mile, whatever team runs the most amount of miles wins the race. He had no teammates.
So why not respond to that?
Time. Patience. Patience is a skill we must master.
Patience is one of the most valuable skills a human being must master. And I'm working hard to master it, and I feel I'm getting there. So time will show on. But now you know
60 minutes.
we're giving it your all.
I am 4 out of 4.
And you will not succeed in business or any endeavor in life